Jai Shri Krishna. Good evening, one and all. I'm Pooja, and it's my pleasure hosting this event. Herman Hogg said, income tax returns are the most imaginative fiction being written today. So here is the webinar titled, Filing of IT Returns to Enlighten You All on Income Tax. Let's start the event by invoking the blessings of Almighty.
सत्यव्रतं सत्यपरं त्रिसत्यं सत्यस्य योनिं निजितं च सत्ये सत्यस्य सत्यं धृतसत्यनेत्रं सत्यात्मकं त्वां शरणं प्रपन्नाः वाणी गुणानुकथने श्रवणो कथायां हस्तौ च कर्मसु मनस्तव पादयोर्नः स्मृत्यां शिरस्तव निवास जगत्प्रणामे दृष्टिस्ततां दर्शनेस्तु भवत्तनूनाम् नमो भगवते तस्मै कृष्णायाद्भुतकर्मणे रूपनामविधेयतेन जगत्क्रीडति यो यतः ओम शांति शांति शांति।
I request Ms. N. Pavitra from second year for the prayer song. Over to you, Ms. Pavitra.
भजरे गोपालं मानस भजरे गोपालं भजरे गोपालं मानस भजरे गोपालं भज गोपालं भजितकुचेलं भज गोपालं भजितकुचेलं त्रिजगन्मूलं दिदिकुलकालं भज रे गोपालं मानस भज रे गोपालम् आगमसारं योगविचारं भोगशरीरं भुवनाधारं आगमसारं योगविचारं भोगशरीरं भुवनाधारं भज रे गोपालं मानस भज रे गोपालम्.
Thank you, Ms. Pavitra. Now I request Mr. Mahesh VR, General Secretary, to address the gathering. Over to you, Mahesh.
Good evening, everyone. Yeah, Pooja, am I audible?
Yes, Mahesh, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So, yeah, good evening, everyone. On behalf of the college management, the secretary, the principal, the head of the department, the faculty, all the members of Samruddh, and all the organizers of the event, I am really happy to welcome you all for the first webinar in the series of webinars we are conducting called the Honors Big Five. Our webinar today will focus on the filing of IT returns. As in, it is really important that we carry out necessary proceedings that are really important in this situation. As we modernize ourselves, we shift to things that are carried over in the internet. So we need to familiarize ourselves with how it rolls ahead. So statistics say that only 22% of the population file the returns. So it is really difficult for the government to recognize the revenue, as in India has one of the largest populations in the world. So we need to spread this message that you should file your income tax, you should do it properly so that the government can recognize its revenues. So I welcome you all again for this event, and over to Pooja to continue. I welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Mahesh. Let me welcome M.N. Anand from first year to introduce a resource person, CA Chitrasen Prasad Shah. Over to you, Mr. Anand.
I'm here to introduce today's resource person, CA Chitrasen Prasad Shah sir. He is a chartered accountant qualified in the year 2016. Presently, he is working as tax manager in the UK-based MNC named Merces Rotar Controls India Private Limited. He is having 3 years of experience in handling direct taxation, transfer pricing, and indirect taxation. He will be appearing to various forum of revenue department on behalf of the company. Also, he is taking care of company secretarial work for the company. He has got good exposure in accounts payable and receivables management of the company. He started his career as a chartered accountant with Mrs. Anand and Kalyan Chartered Accountants as audit manager, where he got very good exposure in various types of audit like statutory audit, internal audit, and tax audit, etc. Also, he was appearing before the various revenue department on behalf of the clients of Mrs. Anand and Kalyan Chartered Accountants. Welcome, sir. It's Samruddh's privilege to be learning from you. Hope you'll have a great evening with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Preeti. Samruddh takes pride in conducting this webinar. Over to you, CA Chitrasen Prasad Shah.
Very good evening, everyone, and thank you for very good appreciation and introductions. What I will do is, today session I have divided into two parts. First is, what I will do is, I will take you through the income tax provisions initially, and thereafter I will take you through the income tax portal itself, so that you can have live experience how we are going to the portal, how we will be filing the income tax return, how the portal looks like. So I will present my screen. Whether my screen is visible to all?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what I will do is, today I will show you how this GSTR1, ITR1 and ITR4 looks like, and how who are required to file this GSTR1 and ITR4. For generally I will be doing work on GST, so sometime wrongly I will say GSTR1. So sorry for that. We will see ITR1 and ITR4 in detail, and we will we will see who is required to file this ITR. So ITR1, basically it is supposed to be filed by the person who is earning the salary. So salary people generally has to file this income tax return called ITR1. So here are there is some limitation over here, who cannot file the ITR1 things. So here for ITR1 can be filed by individual being a resident whose total income is up to 50 lakh. It means only if the person is having income less than 50 lakh rupees, he can file ITR1. Then next condition is having income from salaries. So salary income should be there. Then another is one house property, only one house property income. If somebody owns 2-3 house and all are let out, so he cannot file ITR1. Then other sources like interest and all, and agriculture income can be there with the person who is having the salary income up to 5,000 rupees only. So if the person is having agriculture income which is more than 5,000 rupees, then that person cannot file this ITR1. Okay, then some restriction is there for individual who is also director in a company. Say for example, Rotar Controls has director, and this director is earning less than 50 lakh rupees, say for example 40 lakh rupees. Whether he can file this ITR return? He cannot file because he is director in a company. Okay, so now another form is ITR4. So ITR4 can be filed by individual, HUF and partnership form, but cannot be filed by LLP. LLP is also partnership form, but it has got recognition as a company, so they cannot file this ITR4. Then another restriction is he must be resident Indian, and he should have income only less than 50 lakh rupees, not beyond the 50 lakh rupees, and having income from business and profession, which is computed under section 44 AD, 44 ADA and 44 AE. So these are special provisions for individuals. What government has said, if some individual is there, he is doing some business, but he is not able to maintain the books of account. Say for example, like in your street, some person is having provisional store. He will be having in number of item what they will be dealing. So it will be very difficult for the person owing that provisional store to maintain all the details. So what government has said, okay, fine, since you are earning lesser amount and your salary income, your income is less than 50 lakh rupees, so it's okay, you just pay 8% of your total gross receipt. So whatever collection they are making during the sales, like when they are selling, So like if they are selling for 50 rupees, so just he has to note down that okay, I have sold something for 50 rupees. Like that they have to know gross of all the receipt during the year, and whatever amount is there on that they have to calculate 8% and they have to pay tax. Okay, similarly 44 ADA, it talks about professional persons like doctor, CA, lawyer. What department has said, okay, fine, you concentrate on your business and you are a small people, 50 lakh is a very lesser amount. So what you do is, whatever is your gross receipt, say that 50% of that is your income. Say for example, if I'm earning 20 lakh rupees, then department has said, okay, you say that your income is only 10 lakh rupees, and whatever tax is applicable on this 10 lakh rupees, you pay it off and close it. So no need to have books of account, no need to maintain the details and all. So like that provision they have given. So what I will do today is I will take you through this two form, how it looks, how we have to file. Then another is ITR2. ITR2, this is for individual and HUF not having income from profit and gains of business or profession. So in first slide, what we have seen, only person who is having income less than 50 lakh rupees can file ITR1. So automatically the person, if somebody is having 60 lakh rupees income, then he has to go for ITR2. Then if they have two house property, then they have to go for ITR2. He cannot file ITR1. So ITR2 is for those persons. But here restriction is that business profession income should not be there with that individuals. So then ITR4 you have seen. ITR5 is for the person other than HUF company and person having ITR7. So here also generally individuals persons will come. Okay, then ITR6 is for companies and ITR7 is for trust. So ITR6, the company who is registered also under section 11, that is as a trust, then they cannot file this ITR6. They have to go for ITR7. Now this return, no, like earlier in 2013, 12, before 2013, people were filing income tax return manually. Like they were bringing some income tax form from income tax department. They were filling it manually and they were submitting that manual form to the income tax department. So what was happening was, like, it was very difficult to scrutinize whole ITR return, whatever was filed during that period. And no, government was getting very limited revenue from the, like, people were trying to evade the tax by filling something lesser amount than whatever they were earning. So government has slowly brought the things into digital mode. So they started with Excel based IT return. So Excel based IT return they started. After that they have brought a Java utility, and for this year, financial year 2021, they have brought JSON file, and based on that they have brought one software. From there we can generate JSON file, and that we have to upload on income tax portal. Now I will take you quickly through the income tax slab rate also, so that we can, while seeing the demo, we can have better understanding. So last year government has changed the income tax slab rate. Earlier, up to 2,50,000 no tax was payable. Then 2.5 to 5 lakh 5% was there. 5 lakh to 10 lakh 20% was there, and above 10 lakh 30% was there. Now what department has come up with, up to 2.5 lakh no tax, 2 to 5 lakh 5%, 5 to 7.5 10%, 7.5 to 10 lakh 15%. Like this they have brought it, and this is applicable for the person who is resident and who is lesser than 60 years old. Then and if there is some income excess than 50 lakh rupees, then they have to pay surcharge. and health and education charge is over and above this tax percentage, then if the like government said, okay, up to 5 lakh if you are earning, then you no need to pay tax. They told that you will get a rebate of 12,500 rupees. That is, if you calculate the tax here, it will come 12,500 rupees for 5 lakh rupees tax. So they have said that up to 5 lakh no tax is payable. Okay, and after that, what in option 2, what they told is whatever deductions and tax exemptions is available, that you cannot claim. Only certain exemption and deductions people can claim if they will choose this option 2, new tax regime, if they will select. Why they have told is because if you see here, up to 5 lakh 5% was there, 5 to 7.5 lakh 10% is there, up to 10 lakh no 15% tax is only there, but here it was 20%. And if you see here 10 lakh to 12.5 lakh 20% is there, 12 up to 15 lakh 25% is there. So if you see overall no there is huge saving for the individual person if they are going in new tax regime. So they have brought some changes in the regulation, and they said that tax exemption and deductions whatever was available, that will not available to you if you go for new tax regime. Then another slab for the person who is more than or equal to 60 years but less than 80 years. Here they have changed some amount, like earlier 2.5 lakh was there, now it is 3 lakh. So like that, small changes they have done, so that like senior citizens will get some more benefit with money he can use in to prevent some disease and all, to have better lifestyle after retirement. So they have given some additional exemptions. Then for super senior citizen, it is the person who is more than or equal to 80 years. So that person is called as super senior citizen, and for them they have given more additional benefit. Like if you see, first one was 2.5 lakh, now it is after that for senior citizen it was 3 lakh, now for super senior citizen it is 5 lakh rupees exempt. So like this benefit government has given to the persons. Then for company, if you go for company, if you see the gross receipt of company who has more than 400 crore, and if it is Indian company, then they have to pay 30% plus 4%. And if it surcharge will be also applicable if the income is more than 50 lakh rupees. Then companies with gross receipt up to 4 crore, 25 plus 4%. And apart from that, they have given some additional taxation benefit to the persons. Like what they told is like you can choose to pay a tax under these sections, like 115 BBA, you have to pay just 22 plus 4%. So here what government did is they have given some restrictions, like you cannot claim certain types of deductions, your certain income which was exempt, if you go for this first one, that exemptions you cannot claim. Like that, some restriction they have imposed, and they have given this benefit to the companies. And most of the peoples, they have opted this because it is beneficial for the companies to take this smaller tax rate. Then for foreign company, they have said, like in case of royalty received from government, Indian concern or technical fees as per agreement approved by central government, then tax will be 50% plus 4% cess, and surcharge will be applicable. And if there is any other income, then 40 plus 4. Like that, they have given the tax slabs. Then we will see some kind of exempt allowances. Like if I'm getting some allowance from my employer, or I'm getting some kind of income which can be exempt. So if you see, this one is agriculture income. So like lots of time you will say that what government is doing for farmer people. So they have said that if agriculture income is there, then no need to pay tax. It is fully exempt. Then another is income received from HUF by a taxpayer in his capacity as a, like HUF, if some income is received from HUF, then that is exempt because that HUF has to pay tax. So after that, if HUF is giving some money to that family of that HUF, no, then that will be exempt. Then compensation received at a time of voluntary retirement for salaried employee. So if somebody say like normal age for retirement is 58 years. If somebody is telling, okay, at the age of 45, I am taking the retirement. So that time what government has said is like, if compensation amount is up to 5 lakhs, then it will be exempt. If it is more than 5 lakhs, then that will be taxable. Then amount received from life insurance policy, including policy bonus, that will be fully exempt. Then if somebody is withdrawing some provident fund money, and if he is salaried employee, then it will be fully exempt from tax. Then compensation received in case of any disaster from central government, like if you see 2015 flood when it was in Chennai, that time they have given some kind of like 5,000 rupees, I believe. So that was exempt, like they cannot tax that compensations. Then house rent allowance, that is exempt subject to certain conditions. So what government has said, for salary employee there is only 2.5 lakh exemption. So certain things they have exempt, like if salaried person is earning 3 lakh 4 lakh rupees also, and if they are staying in rented house, then their cost of living will increase. So based on that, they have given some kind of house rent allowance employer will give, that will be exempt. Then children educations allowance, they are exempt, like see, if exemption, if you see, it is 100 rupees per child. So in 100 rupees I think one notebook will come. So that is not enough, but still government has kept this, and it is not changed from, I think, uh, 10-15 years before they have given 100 rupees. Now also they are continuing with 100 rupees only. Then there are some special compensatory allowance, like if somebody is posted in hilly areas, climate like Ladakh and all, then they are giving some exemption up to 7,000 per month. So in a year 84,000 will be additionally exemptions they will be getting. Then border area allowance, tribal allowance, and compensatory allowance if somebody is staying in AP, Manipur, Sikkim, Nagaland, SP, UP, and JNK. Then transport allowance, they are giving 1,600 rupees and 3,200 for blind and deaf and dumb people per month. Then there are certain deductions, like if you invest some amount in provident fund, LIC, if you are putting some money into LIC, then there is exemption up to 1.5 lakh rupees, deduction up to 1.5 lakh rupees. It means, like if say for example, if your gross total income is 6 lakh rupees, they will give you deduction of 1.5 lakh rupees. So what effective income will be, which can be taxed, is 6.5 lakh minus 1.5 lakh, so that is 5 lakh rupees. So like this, there are certain kind of deductions which is available to the individual persons who is earning salary income. So like if you deposit some amount in life insurance annuity plan, then deductions will be there. If you are depositing in national pension scheme, then some kind of deductions will be available. Then if your employer is depositing some amount on behalf of you uh, to national pension scheme, then that amount will be exempt. So overall 1.5 lakh plus 50,000, around 2 lakh rupees deductions people can claim. Then deductions under section 80D, it is related to insurance premium, health insurance premium. Like government is like promoting it, like they are saying, okay, you take buy health insurance things from the companies, so that it will help you to prevent, like it will help you if you got some major disease and all. So they are promoting, they are saying people to invest in health insurance also, like you pay premium for health insurance. So if somebody is paying this health insurance premium 25,000 rupees, then that will be exempt up to 25,000 if they are not senior citizen, and up to 50,000 if part of their member are senior citizens. Then total maximum deduction under 80D is like 1 lakh they can claim, where condition is they have to be a senior citizen, and their parent also need to be senior citizen. If that is the case, up to 1 lakh they can claim. If somebody is like say if I am the earning persons, I am not senior citizen, but I am paying this insurance premium for myself, also for my father and mother. So at that point of time, I can claim up to 75,000 rupees. So like that, these deductions are available. So my presentation will end here. Now I will take you on the income tax portal. From here we can see the live things, like how we can file the income tax return, how this income tax returns looks like. And I told you like three kinds of income tax return is available, was available. Like Excel sheet was there, one was a Java utility, and another was JSON file, which is based on the software provided by the income tax department. So we have to visit income tax e-filing website. So this website name is incometaxindia.efiling.gov.in. So if you either you can Google, or you have to type www.incometaxindia.efiling.gov.in. So this, once you go to the income tax website, you will see this screen. Whether my screen is changing?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I am fast, I think, right? Okay, I will try to be a little bit slower. So income tax portal will look like this. So here, if you see, lots of options are available. Like people will say, no, Aadhaar, we have to link with PAN. So here, if you click here, it will take you like for PAN linking. Like you may, put your PAN, then you put your Aadhaar, and you have to put the name as per your Aadhaar, and then date of birth, what is mentioned in Aadhaar card, that you have to put here, and then you can link your Aadhaar here. So like this will be for Aadhaar linking. This is tax calculator available. Like if you want to calculate your tax, like if you want to see how much tax I have to pay, then you have to click on this, and you have to provide your income details, like what is your income. Like you have to select age, then you have to give annual income, what is estimated, then whether if based on like based on your knowledge, you have to tell that yes, I have no, I am getting HRA also, I am getting I am depositing some amount in PF, NPS. Those things you have to estimate and give. And if you give this, then automatically what they will do, they will compare tax between existing rate and new regime. Based on that, you can have selections, like which regime I have to select, like that you can decide. Then here earlier what people were doing was, after filing income tax return, no, they have to send the acknowledgement to the Bangalore. There is one office in Bangalore, which is like centralized office for income tax department to process the income tax return. So what people was doing was, after filing the income tax return, they were sending that acknowledgement to the Bangalore for getting that income tax return processed. So now they have brought the system where we can verify the return online itself, like based on Aadhaar OTP. Like our Aadhaar will be linked with our mobile number. So if you put this e-verifications, you will get OTP in your mobile, which is linked with Aadhaar card. And then with that OTP, you can verify your return online itself. So people has reduced drastically. It has been reduced. Like people are not sending anymore those acknowledgement to the income tax department in Bangalore. So that is the options available. Then income, like you can view your 26 years. 26 years is tax credit. Like you might have your parents or your brother, sister, if somebody is working, they will be saying that no, some tax has been deducted by my company, like they have deducted this amount. So whatever company will deduct, that you can view online. You can see like how much tax has been deducted by the company and all. And if some company is not depositing, then you can get in touch with HR, that you can say why this tax has not been deposited, and I am not able to see the tax credit what I'm having. Then some outstanding notice, then you can see your TAN, you can verify your PAN details, everything. These options are available here. Then now what today's agenda is to see the income tax return, how we are preparing. So one option is, here you see here option is coming, IT return preparation software is there. So they have brought some kind of software kind of things, which is based on Excel, Java utility, and JSON. So if you click here, you will get like this look. So now you see one concept is there, that is called financial year, and one is assessment year. So financial year means the year in which we presently works, and assessment year is 1 year beyond that. So which year we have completed now? We have completed 31st March 2021. So this income tax, always they will see 1 year beyond that. So now they are saying it is assessment year 2021. So it is nothing but financial year. They are talking about financial year 2021. So year will start from April to March. 1st April to 31st March year is there in our Indian tax laws. So now they have brought this ITR 1 and ITR 4, that is available on the government portal. Apart from that, we have seen ITR 2, ITR 3, ITR 6, ITR 7, ITR 5. Those things are not available for current year, means for 2021, we cannot file now. We have to wait till government will come up with that income tax return software. So presently we are having only ITR 1 and ITR 4, and that will work in Windows only. Like if you are using some other kind of software in your PC, you cannot file this income tax return. So you have to use only Windows. Then what we have to see, this JSON utilities we have to download. Once you will download this JSON utility, you save somewhere, like I have saved here, this ITR utility 2021. Then you have to extract it like this. So already I have extracted. So this file is available with me. Okay. So before this year, we will go for last year. Okay, I think some issue is there with portal. Okay, so we will see this ITR utility, what they have brought presently. This JSON utility software, how it looks like. So it will open like this. And no, like it is kind of like we have logged in to some kind of Google portal, some portal we have logged in. It is like that. So here we have to click continue. Once we continue, they will ask what you want. ITR for assessment year 2021 income tax return is the form in which taxpayer files information about his income and tax thereon to the income tax department. Various forms are ITR 1, 2, 3, 4, like that they are telling. So we'll say that we'll file the return. Okay. So I am saying that I will file the return. So what they are telling, you download this pre-filled data. Now, what is this pre-filled data we have to see? So again, we will go to income tax portal. Okay. Now I have to log in. I will log in for myself. So I have logged in on the income tax portal. Now, what they are asking is, what they are asking here is, you have to download, you have to import some pre-filled data. So if you go here, here option will come, download pre-filled data for assessment year 2021. So you have to download this pre-filled. So it is nothing but it is generated based on your past year records. Like if we have done past filing, then it is like your name, your father name, your date of birth, everything will be there in this pre-filled data, which we can import here. So what I will do, I will import this file. So I have downloaded this. What I am doing is, now I will take this one pre-filled data. This is downloaded data. So there, it is saying imported pre-filled JSON file successfully. Now what will happen is, I'm getting all the data here. This is my PAN number, this is my name, this is assessment year, and imported date. Like when you will download this pre-filled data from here, that date is this one. So I have downloaded today this pre-filled. So it is coming 10th April 2021. Okay, then I'm saying like file the return. Now they are saying what is your status? Last year it was individuals. Now whether something is changed. So they're saying based on your last year data, we have pre-selected a status applicable to you. You may change the status if it is not applicable to you. So if I have converted myself into HUF, then I have to change it. But I have not converted. So I am saying I'm individuals. I will continue. Now they are asking what you want. If you want some kind of help, to decide which ITR you have to file, then you have to click here. Okay, this is not enabled. This function is not enabled. If that will be enabled, then it will help you to decide which ITR you have to file. So that will be decided based on your no input. Like if you say that I have salary income and which is more than 50 lakh rupees, then they may suggest you to file ITR 2 or ITR 3. Or and if you will say that, if you will say that I have no income from house property and I have 2 house property, then they will say that you go in ITR 2, don't file ITR 1. Like that they will say. So based on your input, they will say what kind of ITR you have to file. So presently I'm having only salary income, so I will select ITR 1. And in future, like they will bring all this no ITR 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, everything, it will be brought in here. So that options they are giving here, like to choose which ITR you have to file. So presently only 1 and 4 is available. So I have selected ITR 1. Now I'm saying let's get started. Now when I am pressing this let's start it now, then they are asking what all like what kind of return you are going to file. So I'm saying my taxable income is more than basic exemption limit. What is basic exemption limit? That is 2.5 lakh rupees. So I'm saying that my taxable income is more than basic exemption limit, so I have to file the income tax return. There will be like there are some other options: filing return of income due to fulfilling any one of the below mentioned conditions as per 7th proviso to section 31(9). Deposited amount or aggregate of amounts exceeding 1 crore in one or more current accounts during the previous year. If somebody has amount which like if somebody has income which is only 50,000 rupees, then as per law they are not required to file income tax return. But they have done some deposit which is exceeding this 1 crore rupees, then they have to file income tax return. So these all things you no need to see, just you say that my taxable income is more than basic exemption limit, so I will file the return. Now they are saying we have pre-filled your tax return based on information available with the income tax department as on this date. So what will happen is, now this software, no, it is not working very well, but in future what will happen is all my incomes and all, they will automatically pull out from the income tax department based on that TDS statement filed by my company. What they will do is they will take all the inputs from the income tax department. So presently that is not available. So like I have to feed data manually. So what I'm doing here, you see all the details are coming: my Aadhaar number, my name, my date of birth, my address, my mobile number, everything is coming here. Now I have to choose which section I am going to file the income tax return. So generally people will file in 139(1). That is normal tax return. So like generally 31st July of next year will be the due date for filing income tax return. So now we have just crossed, now we are in April itself. So we are filing on or before the due date. Whether my screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
And like the font size, whether I have to increase or it is fine with you?
It's okay, sir. Fine.
Yeah. So now you see what is there is like 139(1), return filed on or before the due date. So what we are doing now, we are in the month of April itself, but what is the due date? Due date is 31st July. So if we are filing before the due date, then we have to file under 139(1). Then next is 139(4). It is belated return filed after due date. So if we have to file a return beyond 31st July, then we have to choose 139 subsection 4. And what happened now, sometime, say for example, I'm filing this income tax return today. I have filed it. After that, no, I have realized, no, I have done something wrong. My income is 6 lakh rupees, but I have given their 5,50,000 only. So tomorrow department may find that and they will penalize me. So what I will do is I can revise the return. So if you see here 139.5, it is a revised return. Like once I have filed return, subsequently I can revise the return. So now government, earlier people was able to revise the return till next year, next 31st March, and assessment proceeding, like if they will process, if they have processed the return, then you cannot revise the return. So when it was manual, no, it was taking 2 years, 3 years for processing the invoice. So people were revising beyond 1 year, 2 years also. But now what government has said, they said that you have to revise before the due date, and condition has said like before processing the return. So now e-verifications we are doing online. So what department will do now, they have all the information available with them. So what they will do, they will process the return immediately. Like once you file the return, within few days they will process your return. So you cannot get chance to revise the return in normal circumstances. And this is 192B, that is after condonations of delay, you can file the return. Like due to some reason you have missed the deadline, like 31st July, then you can apply for condonations to the department. And if they will condone, then you can file the return after the due date also. Neither nowadays they are not allowing to file the return after the due date. Then if we can file the return if some notice has come from the department also. So now general return, what we have to do, we have to select 139.1, and here we have to choose which kind of in which kind of employment you are there. So I'm in private company, so I have to choose others, because options they have given: central government, state, PSU, pensioner, and others. So I am others, like I don't have this type of job, so I'm choosing others. Now they are saying, are you opting for new tax regime? They are asking what options you want, whether you want to claim deductions and all, or you want to go with new regime of taxations. So if I'm choosing this new regime of taxations, then I have to choose this one. Then they are asking, they are asking to confirm the bank details. So I have to add here my bank account. So I can add here my bank account. So this is my account number. So I will give my account details. Then I want the refund. They will ask if I'm eligible for some kind of refund. Then I have to give my bank account details here, so that they will refund the money. Then I have to choose add once more. So now this is ready. I can confirm. I can go for another screen. Okay. Now this first personal information is over. Okay. Now I have to fill the details of total income. Okay, before that, one more thing I will tell you here. What they are saying, refund will not be transferred to the bank account unless it is pre-validated. So there is option on income tax portal to pre-validate your bank account. So in profile setting, you can change your profile, you can change your password. Okay, those things, options link your Aadhaar. Okay. So here they are saying pre-validate your bank account. So here I have to pre-validate my bank account to get the refund. Okay, so here I have to put my bank account number, then what is the type, IFSC code and all, then I can pre-validate it. So once I will pre-validate, then only I will get the refund. Okay, and this return processed. So now they are asking you give the details of your income. So what will happen? I told you, like after some time, this government will link this with the TDS portal. So what will happen is the government will have the information automatically auto-populated here. No need to feed data here because it will take from TDS portal. So presently that option is not available. So I have to type manually. Say for example, my salary is 7,50,000 rupees. Perquisite is 0. Some salary leave is 0. Here they are asking for exempt allowances. So I told like HRA and all we can claim. So since I have chosen this new tax regime, certain kind of exemptions will not be available, and certain kind of this exemptions allowance will be available to me. So I am putting this leave encashment. So I'm saying this is 5,000 rupees. So now see, 7,50,000 is my gross salary, 5,000 is exempted. So my net salary is 7,45,000 rupees. Now you see this standard deduction, there was deduction in world regime of 50,000 rupees. Since I have chosen new tax regime, I am not allowed to feed this data because that is not allowed. This deductions of professional tax, this is section 16, 16, where entertainment allowance and the professional tax allowance is there, that is 0. So we cannot input this data because that is not allowed. Okay, then this is my salary income. Okay, then they are asking income from house property. So I can add here one house property income. Like if I have, I cannot add beyond this one house property. Either I can say self-occupied or let out or deemed let out. So self-occupied means I am staying in that house itself, but still there are like 2 lakh rupees deductions is available. But since I am putting this new tax regime, then this deduction for this interest is also not available to me. If I am putting it as a let out, then I have to say what is my interest income. Say for example, I am putting 96,000 rupees. So 30% is a standard deductions available for a house property income. So my taxable house property income is 67 lakh 2,000 rupees. Now, if it is let out, then this is available with me. So I have loss in my house property income. Okay, then they are saying income from other sources. Here, income from other sources is whatever cannot be classified into salary income is there. One is house property income, one is capital gain, and one is business profession. Apart from this 4 income, whatever income is there, that will be classified as other income. Okay, so here I am saying I have interest income from my saving bank account. If I'm saying that yes, I have income, then they are asking how much you have. I'm saying 5,000 is my bank interest income. Okay, like that they are asking some other kind of, like if you have fixed deposit, if you have family pensions, if you have interest from income tax department and all, then you can add these all things. Then continue. So my income part is over for ITR 1. Okay, so this is my 7,50,000 is my gross taxable income, gross total income. Okay, then they are saying whether there is whether you have some kind of deductions available. Then one deduction, see, these all are the deductions available, but since I have opted new regime, these all deduction is not showing to me because I cannot claim those deductions. Only contribution to pension scheme of central government, Atal Pension Yojana is there, where I can deposit some amount which I can take here also. So that deductions I can take. Apart from that, I cannot take any other deductions. So I'm saying that I don't have any kind of deductions. So I'm confirming it. So if you see, this three part is confirmed. Okay. Now tax paid details they are asking. So what is my tax liability? It is automatically calculated based on my income. It is automatically calculated 41,355 rupees. Now you see, I have to give here tax paid. I have to give the details. Means if I have paid tax in cash, that I have to give. If there is some TDS available, if my company has deducted some TDS amount from my salary income, then that details I have to see here. So after some time, this will be auto populated. If it is not auto populated, then I have to give details of my company. I have to give TAN number of my company. I have to tell what is the name of my company and what is the income I have got from my company and how much tax they have deducted. That details I have to fill here. Once I will fill this, automatically what will happen is here some deducted tax amount will come. Whatever is deducted, that credit I can take. Like tax deducted TDS from income other than salary. Like what will happen now, your banker will deduct TDS if they are paying interest beyond this 5,000 rupees, 5,000 or 10,000 rupees. So what will happen is that TDS credit you have to give. Say I have a bank account in SBI, so I have deposited 10 lakh rupees in SBI. Then I have to give TAN number of SBI. Then SBI name I have to give. Then I have to say what is the gross interest income I am receiving from SBI, that I have to tell here, and in which year they have deducted tax, and in which year I am going to claim this credit, that I have to tell. Then I will take the credit. If there is no TDS available with me, then I have to pay that tax in cash. So once I will pay this tax, either advance tax will be there or self-assessment tax I have to pay. So in India, there is law 4 times we have to pay advance tax in a year. Okay. So that 4 times, 3 times and 4 times rule is there. So if I have paid advance tax, that details I have to add. If I have not paid advance tax, then I have to add as self-assessment tax I am paying today. I have to, once I will pay that, the challan will get generated. In challan, this BSR code, serial number, and the date of the deposit and amount deposited, all those things will come in that challan that I have to fill here, and then I have to proceed. So you see here, once I will feed this data, okay, and once I will confirm it, these things will be available. Say for example, I will add one thing here. You see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, I'm confirming that I have paid 50,000 tax. So now you see, now tax paid, I have paid 50,000 rupees. My tax liability is coming 41,000 only. So this 9,000 will be refunded by the department. So in personal information, that's why they were asking that you have to pre-validate your bank account. If you pre-validate it, it will work. Means then automatically the refund will be showing here that you have refund of 9,000 rupees. Okay, so once these all steps are over, then we have to confirm that your this return summary is fine, and then we have to verify and submit it. Okay, so this is the process, and once we will, we can submit directly from here, or we have to generate a JSON file, and then we have to upload in income tax portal. So now again, we will come to income tax portal, like how we can upload this JSON file on income tax portal. So here you see, here option is that e-file. Okay. So what I have to do is I have to choose this income tax return. Okay. Then I have to select this assessment year. So what is this assessment year? It is 1 year beyond the financial year. So financial year is the year for which we are working. So for 2021, we have completed that year, and for that year we are filing tax. So we have to select 1 year beyond that. So here you see this option 21, 22 is not coming. So we cannot file a return for year ending on 31st March 2021 now. So for demo purpose, I am choosing last year. Okay. So assessment year 2021, which form I have to fill. Okay. So see here, they are not showing ITR 6. Why they are not showing ITR 6? Because that is applicable only for company. Okay. And this income tax portal, they knows that I'm individuals. So I cannot file ITR 6 and 7. So they are showing only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will choose ITR 1. Then they are asking filing type. So here what we have seen, see here we have seen 139.1, 139.4, 139.5, 1192B. Okay. So these options will come here. But why these options are not coming here? Because I told you, no, like earlier they were allowing beyond the due date also to file the return. And now what they have done is they have restricted this. They have restricted that up to 31st March of subsequent year. If you can file, it is fine. If you are not filing on that day, you cannot file the return itself. Government will come and they will, based on their informations, they will catch you. And they will ask you to pay late fees. Even the imprisonment penalty is there. So they will ask for imprisonment if they feel that there is no, so there was something where you were trying to evade the tax. So for that they may penalize you also. Then they are saying submission mode. Here they are saying upload XML. Okay. So this XML, earlier we were getting this XML based on the Excel utility and Java utility. Now these options will change. If you choose this option, assessment year 21, 22, then this submission mode, here it will come select JSON file. Okay, now it is coming XML file. Then they are saying in which way you want to verify your income tax return. So if you want to verify with Aadhaar OTP, you choose Aadhaar OTP. If you want to generate EVC, you put EVC. Okay, or e-verify later, like that also option they are giving. And they are presently also they have given the option to send this income tax acknowledgement to the Bangalore. You see here CPC income tax department Bangalore is there. So presently also that option is still live there, where they are saying that you can send your acknowledgement to the income tax department. Okay. And after that, if you press this continue, automatically your return will get filed. So like whether I'm like fine with speed and this thing, like you people are able to catch.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I have shown you this how to convert this JSON file based on this available resources with me. Okay, now I will take you on Excel utility. I will show you how this Excel utility was looking like, and it is very tedious work, that Excel utility. And another is Java utility, that is also a little bit easier than that Excel one. So first we'll see Excel. See, this is Excel utility. So when I was doing my articleship training in 2013, I was feeling this Excel utility. So here, everything you have to do manually. Like if I have to type my name, I have to type manually. You see, like the time consuming, it will take lots of time to fill these details itself. And there will be also chances for human error. Like uh, if I'm typing this, my Aadhaar number, no, I can make some mistake here. So you see, please enter valid Aadhaar number. Like that option will come. But if I'm choosing this 12 digit, no, it will take automatically. It will not say that it is wrong. See. Okay, like 12 digit is the only criteria what they are asking here, nothing else. If I will like my date of birth, no, if I will put something, they will take that one. They will not say it is wrong. It will take it. I'm putting 2025. It is taking, okay, this is fine because it is DDMM Viva format, so it is taken. So there was chances for human error also when we were doing this Excel based work. Then this TDS, we have to give details here. These are all things we have to fill manually. Like what we were doing was like we were downloading this 26 years. Then from there we were typing the TAN number, then deductor name, income chargeable, what is the tax there. All those things we have to feed manually in Excel things. After that, once everything is filled, then what we have to do is we have to calculate tax. So if you click here, no, it will say that I am calculating tax. Okay, and it will calculate your tax liability. Okay, so whatever mandatory I have not filled, so it is not calculating. Else it will calculate. It will say that this here you can see here that what is your tax liability, and once you fill this TDS details and all, it will show that like what is the refund available with you. See here, it will show what is the tax liability and whether rebate is available or interest is applicable. All those things will be shown here. And once everything is done, you have to verify this. I have to say, put my name, my father name, then what is my capacity. So that I will put sales and I have to put the place number. Once I will feed this, I can generate XML. So after that, XML will get generated. That XML we will take and we will upload in the income tax portal, how I have shown you, like here, to upload this XML things. Okay, so this is Excel based utility. After this, they have introduced a Java utility. Okay, so this is Java utility where they have given option to pre-fill it. Like they are saying, you go to e-filing portal, go to my account, download pre-filled XML, then same way, what we have seen was like, again we can go here, download pre-filled XML. Here they are asking which year you want. So I want 2021. Which ITR? I am choosing ITR 1. So you see, Okay, now I will put prefill. Now you see, now my names and all is coming. My name, address and all, everything is coming here. So it is coming based on the past record, what is available here with income tax portal. So you see this bank account also, now this all bank I have closed, but still it is showing because the information is still available with the income tax department. So once I will download this pre-filled XML, here certain things we have to choose. For past year, all the data they are showing. Okay, like already I have filed the return, no? So they are saying that already you have filed the return, and this is your receipt number. This is your when you have filed original return. All those things they are showing here. So here also, once you will pre-fill the data, no, you can feed the income details, then automatically tax will get calculated. Okay, and then you can file the return. You see, this is like information, what informations they are expecting from us. Okay, like here we have to see nature of employment, same thing, it is same, but only format are changed. So employment, which section we have to choose, you see here, belated return, revised return, condonation return, all the four options are coming, what was coming in the earlier software. Then if we are selecting based on notice, then we have to give the details of that notice things, and then we have to file. Then three options were coming in that new return when we have seen this. You see here, you see these three options is coming, and this limit is coming, no? Same thing here also, that is coming, like these options are coming here. Yes or no? So I'm putting yes. So this is the first option. Then other three options are there. So other three options are there. So like this, both the things are same, only the formats are different. So here, if I'm filing revised return and all that, I have to give. Here also, if you see, if I'll put others, no? So here also this notice details and all they are asking, no? Once I will put some other things, no, like they are not allowing because I have not filed for the like this is for 2021. That's why they are not 2022. That's why they are not allowing to choose these other options. Neither if they will allow, then here we have to give the receipt number, like we have seen here one receipt number, no, that receipt number we have to give, and then we have to file the return. So now you see here we have to give details of income. So same thing was there, salary, how much per graduate, how much this allowances and all, how much is there. So I can add raw, here, and just So I can add, and same option. These all option was available there also. Here also this is available. That we have to choose something, and we have to put the amount. How much is the, like this. So since I have not put here, it is not work. Just a minute. हेलो, हम मीटिंग में से हम बाद में कॉल करें छो। मीटिंग में से हम आती हैं ऑनलाइन। वाइफ का सीजन अलग से लो दोनों वॉशिंग मशीन को, ठीक। Hello. Yeah, I'm back. So here now, if I will put 5,000 rupees, it will accept. So like this, I can add a number of allowances, how much I have, that whole things I can choose here. Then it will automatically calculate like other things, like this deductions of 50,000 rupees in world regime, it was available, that is automatically calculated by those people. And then house property income you have to put here. If all the three options will come here also, we have to feed the data here. Then we have to feed data for this ATC deduction, ATD deductions, and other deductions also. And once we will feed these all data, then this will calculate tax automatically. Okay. And TDS details we have to put here. Then tax, if we have paid in cash, then we have to put here. In first sheet, we have here we have to put self-assessment tax also. If we have paid advance tax or self-assessment tax, that details we have to put here. And then here we have to do verifications, like I am so and so, son of so and so, and I'm signing this in capacity of self, and I have to close this. Then details of deductions, automatically it will filled up based on the like details available here, this deduction details. Then ATD we have to feed here. ATG is the deductions for donations. Like if we are giving donation to some charitable institutions or to some religious trust and all, then we can be eligible to claim that deductions. Like if we are giving, during Corona period, our Prime Minister has requested for donations. So if we are giving in Prime Minister Fund, then 100% deductions will be allowed. If we are giving to some other charitable institutions, then 50% deductions will be allowed. So here we have to give details of all those institutions where we have donated. So whenever we will be donating some amount to those institutions, they will give this receipt, and they will say that you are eligible to claim deduction under ATG. Like that receipt they will issue to us. So like this we can file this income tax return. So I think I am done now. If you have anything to ask, you can ask. Hello. Or if you want to see some other form also, I can take you through those things.
sir. Guys, if you have any doubts, you are most welcome to shoot your questions now. You may even type your questions in the chat box.
Hello. Hello. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah. Thank you so much for this wonderful presentation, sir. So it's very much useful for you. So I have one small doubt to ask you. So the question is that. So actually, I am getting a kind of a commission from an organization, and they are charging a 3.5% of TDS. Okay, sir.
3.5%.
Yeah, sir. Before it is 5%. Now it is 3.5% of TDS. Okay, so I just like to know, like, if I want to, like, TDS is basically it's the tax that is directed before even getting paid that. Before even receiving the amount, the company will charge the TDS. So whenever I am due to pay the tax, I can deduct the tax liability, I can deduct the TDS, and I can pay the rest amount. That is the concept, sir, right?
Yeah, so what is the rule, no? Like, if I am selling to DG Vaishnav College, okay, if I have supplied, I have given service to DG Vaishnav College. Now, what will happen? DG Vaishnav College has to pay me, okay. So what rule says is, like, whenever DG Vaishnav College will credit my account in their books of account, or whenever they will make payment, whichever is earlier, they have to deduct tax. So what will happen is, say if I have raised invoice today, tomorrow DG Vaishnav College, what they will do, they will account it that I have to pay to Chitra Sen 1 lakh rupees, and TDS should be 10,000 rupees. That they will account it today, tomorrow itself. But payment maybe DG Vaishnav College will do after 1 month also. So rule says whenever account crediting will be happen, that time you have to deduct TDS. Okay. So when you have raised bill, no, so they have accounted it. So they have deducted tax from that, and they have deposited to the government. So it will reflect in your 26 years. Am I clear?
Yeah, sir. If I want to get the refund of the TDS, I already pay, because I'm not going to file my tax, because my salary, my net taxable income is not more than the threshold limit. So if I want to get the refund of the tax already been charged, what I can do, sir?
You have to file this income tax return. Okay. So I have shown you one scenario where income tax was like, I have paid tax 50,000 rupees, but my tax liability was coming only 41,000. You remember that example?
Yeah.
So that that 9,000 rupees I will get refund.
But in this case, I'm not actually I'm not liable to pay any amounts. Like in your case, you said that I want to pay 41,000 rupees, but I already paid 50,000 rupees. But I am not even liable to pay even a 1 rupee of tax. So in that case, what kind of a GS?
See, whatever tax is deducted by the person, no, whom you have provided service, the tax is deposited on behalf of you. What they have done is, they have deducted your money and they have paid to the government. So if they could not have deducted, that was your money, correct, no? So if they have deposited that money, it is your money. If tax liability is not coming, then you can claim that refund. Say, for example, if you have provided service which is only 5 lakh rupees during the year, So there will not be any tax liability. So whatever tax is deducted by the person and deposited to the department, okay, that whole amount you will get refunded.
Okay. Okay. So in that case, what kind of a ITR form I should file, sir?
You have commission income, so you have to file no income IT return 2 you have to file, or you can file in income like ITR 1, and you have to show it as income from other source. Like 3 option is there, no, in ITR 1.
Yeah, sir. Sir, I have another very broad question. Okay, sir. It's so basically, sir, we see that in America, the tax rate for the companies as well as the individuals and also for the capital gains have been increased. So, if because of the money the governments were needing to needed for the economy, so the governments are planning to increase the tax all over the world. So in India, we also see that in the past budgets, the deductions, there are two regimes now. Like there are two regimes that we can file our income tax, where we can get the deductions and we can forego the deductions. So there are two kind of tax now. So going further, can we expect the government to raise the tax rates or such charges like that, sir?
Yeah, see, it is policy questions. Like government can increase the tax if they need more revenue to run the company, means country. Okay, like see, this corona is there now. What will happen? All the business will be shut down for the year. Okay, now if a business is shut down, they will not get revenue. So what they have to do? They have to raise the tax so that no, like they can run the country. First, what they will do? They will use the reserve. Like if you don't have money, like if you lose a job in this year, what will you do? Whatever saving you have done in past, that you will use. If that also you don't have, if saving is also means totally finished, then what will you do? Either you have to go for another job or you have to take loan. Okay, so government has option to increase the tax. So generally they will not increase, but they have option to increase. So whenever they need more money, they will increase the taxes if it is feasible to implement it. That is policy related questions.
Sir, there is a question by Anshal Singh in YouTube. He or she wants to know what is meant by surcharge.
Surcharge is nothing but additional tax, okay, which will be calculated on your tax. Like if tax liability is coming 1 lakh rupees, they will add surcharge 5%, say for example, then 5,000, 1 lakh 5,000 will be your total tax payable to the government. So it is additional tax only. See, now you see here, now it is showing refund of 49,000 rupees. Okay, so in your case, the questions was raised, no, like what will happen to my TDS, what is deducted. since my income is lesser. So here you see this TDS amount will be 50,000 rupees and your tax liability is only 1,000 rupees. So this 49,000 rupees government will refund you. They will give you back. Any other questions?
No more questions, sir.
Okay,
Thank you so much, sir. That was so informative and enlightening. As you showed things practically, it was easy for us to understand. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Now I request Ms. Meenakshi S., Creative Head, to propose vote of thanks.
Good evening to all. Nothing liberates our greatness like the desire to help, the desire to serve. As per this code, our institution allowed us to present this event. So thanks to our DJ Vaishnav College and our secretary, Sri Ashok Kumar Mundraji, and our principal, Dr. S. Santosh Babu. Our special thanks to our BCom Honors Department faculty members, Professor Ms. D. Sendamarai, Professor Mr. S. Sairam, Professor Mr. D. K. Selvaganesh, and Professor Ms. H. Purnima Iyer, who have organized this event. Our beloved thanks to our special guest lecturer, CA Chitrasen Prasad Shah, who gave an idea about filing IT returns. Selfless action is a source of strength. Up to this code, our BCom Honors students has voluntarily taken initiative to present this event and make it as a successful event. Thanks to my juniors, Pooja for performing MC, Preeti for profile reading, Mohammad Abu Talib, Raghavan, Rahul, Ajay for technical work, Ashwin for backup, Sham Sundar Srivakshan for multimedia, and Preeti for coordinating this event. And thanks to Samruddh Association members, Swaminathan, Magesh Krishna, Magesh, Muruganandam, and Raghavan, who have successfully implemented this event. As no program can become successful with a single person, so I extend my big thanks to the students who have enthusiastically participated in this event and make this event successful with your contribution. எந்த செயலானாலும் சிந்தித்து செய்யுங்கள், ஏனெனில் உங்களின் ஒரு செயல் இந்த எதிர்காலத்தையே மாற்ற வல்லது. நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Thank you, Meenakshi. I request everyone to kindly fill the feedback form posted in the chat box. After you fill the form, please do ensure that you receive the e-certificate in your mail. Thank you. After filling the form, you guys may leave. I request faculties, Samruddh board members, and the organizing team to kindly stay back. Others may leave the meet. I also request the resource person to stay back.